You're watching Wall Street Confidential on TheStreet.com TV. I'm Far News Tarabi. Hello, Jim Cramer.
How are you?
Good, thank you. I want to talk about a recent headline. Some headlines recently talking about Bill Ackman buying 5 million shares of Sears Holding, making Eddie Lampert's life hell. But today in the New York Post, we're learning, according to some hedge fund managers they cited in the story, that actually Ackman and Eddie Lampert are friends, and this was actually an amicable deal.
Yeah, both stories, of course, are incredibly wrong. The Post story is completely and utterly made up, based on absolutely nothing.
What's their incentive to make up a story like that?
Why not? What is there, journalism jail? I mean, I've always felt, one of the reasons why I felt that the profession was so severely haunted was that you can really write anything. I mean, there's a personal pride issue. You tend not to want to totally make things up. But there's also deadline issues and editor's issues. And a lot of times you feel like that you got to produce something. Now, that's not the way I do journalism. That's not the way you do journalism. But we know we're practicing a different art.
Okay.
Fiction is certainly allowed in the art that they have. Speculation is involved. And again, that's fine in their world. Ackman means nothing. Lampert doesn't care what he thinks.
Okay.
Ackman can do all he wants. It wouldn't shock me if Ackman makes a big noise and then 3 weeks later you see he doesn't own anymore. Ackman is a parasite to me. Eddie Lampert's doing everything he can to try to run the business as best as possible. What I find to be most ironic is that Ackman repeatedly called Lampert a liar. I'm just distilling the real talk about in the Sears Canada thing. And what drives me crazy is if he felt that Eddie Lampert was such a bad guy, why does he then go buy 5 million shares of basically Eddie Lampert? Sears ultimately will go up. Sears became a retail story. It became a retail story because what they sell is basically so bad versus housing that it really doesn't matter what kind of financial engineering that Eddie does. I have tremendous faith, as usual. I look at this company. It was a $19 billion company the other day. It's the third largest retailer. I understand that the people who hated Eddie when it was at 50, they hated it at 70, they hated 100, they hated 120, hated 140, at 190 they were right. The bottom line is that sometimes you either believe or you don't. And I believe. There are so many people I know who don't believe in Eddie now, but they don't know him. And, and I love the fact that they can make a judgment that he doesn't know what he's doing without knowing him. That's foolish. He's a good man. Ackman just is a pain in the butt.
I got to ask you one more question. There is some rumor out there that Stephen Roth of Vornado Realty and Eddie Lampert might team up to buy Macy's.
That's completely untrue. There is no friendship there whatsoever. God. I mean, people just don't understand anything. I mean, they'll just say anything to move a stock. One of the things I've been working on with one of my friends who's very big in the hedge fund industry is the ability to be able, at this particular juncture, you can say anything negative to move stocks down. That is a rare example of somebody saying something positive, but that's to move Macy's because a lot of people are trapped in it. And I just want to emphasize that the way Eddie Lampert works is to not be in cahoots.
Okay.
He's not a cahoots guy, okay? So just take that off the table. Anybody who wants to rumor up Macy's, pick a different rumor. Don't use that one. That one is too easily knocked down.
All right, assessing the rumors on Wall Street Confidential with Jim Cramer. Thanks so much, Jim. I'm Far News Tarabi. Stay tuned for more.